So, what if I told you that productivity isn't about being perfect? Today, we're going to dive into a method that's built for how we actually live and work. It's all about making real, tangible progress without all the pressure of trying to live up to some impossible standard.
You know the feeling, right? You look at your to-do list and it just keeps growing. It's that sinking sense that you're always playing catch up, no matter how hard you hustle. It's so easy to get completely swamped by our own ambitions.
And that's exactly where this system comes in. It's based on this really powerful, simple idea. This is not a planner for perfect people. Nope. It's for the rest of us, just trying to navigate our wonderfully messy, real lives. Okay, so let's dig into the core problem this is all trying to solve. It's that all too familiar cycle of setting these huge goals, pushing ourselves to the absolute limit, and then crashing. Hard. It's the burnout cycle, and it's time we found a way to break it. So yeah, if you're juggling it all, I'm talking the inbox that never sleeps, the mornings that are a total scramble, and all those brilliant ideas bouncing around in your head, then this is for you. This is a system designed to fit into that beautiful mess, not try to erase it. Now, here's where it gets really cool. Let's talk about the psychology behind why this approach is so darn effective. It's not just about having a pretty planner, it's actually based on how our brains are wired for success and motivation. Let's break it down.
First up, our brains are kind of designed to resist massive, sudden changes. It's just how we're built. We're way more likely to stick with something if we make small, gradual adjustments. So instead of a giant life overhaul, this is all about making tiny, consistent steps that don't set off our internal alarm bells.
Second, there's this amazing little chemical reaction going on. You know that satisfying feeling of writing something down and then physically checking it off? That actually releases dopamine in your brain, the feel-good chemical. It creates this awesome positive feedback loop. You feel good, so you want to do more. It's simple, but it works. And third, you've got the magic of compounding. Seriously, this is a game changer. Getting just 1% better each day might not feel like a big deal, but it doesn't just add up, it multiplies. It's one of the most powerful forces for long-term growth, and it all starts with those tiny daily actions. And check this out. This number illustrates the point perfectly. A 1% improvement every day for a year doesn't just make you 365% better. No way. It makes you almost 37 times better. That is the absolutely staggering power of the compound effect right there. And finally, and honestly, this might be the most crucial piece of the puzzle, rest is not a weakness. It is a strategy. You have to intentionally step back, relax, and shift your focus to avoid burnout. That's often when our best, most creative ideas show up. And it's how we recharge for the next push. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this all come together in a system you can actually use? Let's get into the core structure, which is designed to work with your natural energy, not against it. It's a really simple, repeatable 4-week cycle. The rhythm is just like this. You go for 3 weeks of focused, intentional action. That's when you're making those small daily steps. But then you follow it up with 1 full week dedicated to rest and recharging. And this isn't about being lazy. It's a week to reflect, plan, and restore your energy without any of the guilt. All right, so we've covered the why. Now let's walk through the how. How do you actually take this whole philosophy and put it into practice step by step to turn those big ideas of yours into a reality? For each 4-week sprint, it really just boils down to these 3 simple stages. You start by dreaming, but you keep it focused. Then you break it all down into tiny, doable actions. And finally, you build in that essential time to review your progress and to properly relax. So at the start of any sprint, the most important thing is ruthless focus. You're not trying to change your entire life in 4 weeks. Just pick 1 to 3 key goals or habits. This limit is actually your superpower. It forces you to get crystal clear on what matters and keeps you from getting overwhelmed. This right here is the heart of the entire system. Break it down. You know that big, scary goal on your list? Your job is to chop it up into the smallest possible steps. Actions so small they almost feel too easy. That's the secret to beating procrastination and building unstoppable momentum. And this is what it looks like on any given day. See, you're managing more than just tasks. You start by picking your top 3 priorities, but you're also tracking habits, checking in with your mood and energy, and even practicing gratitude. It's a holistic approach because, you're a human, not a productivity robot. Then, at the end of each of those first 3 weeks, you just pause. The weekly review is your chance to get really honest about your progress. What got done, what didn't, and why. This isn't about judging yourself, it's about learning and tweaking your plan so you can be even more effective next week. And what's the result? Well, listen to what Maria, a business owner, had to say.
The structure actually leads to completion. When you plan realistically and you review consistently, things just get done. It's not magic, it's just a system that really works with our human nature.
Okay, so let's zoom out and bring this all home. What is the big idea you should walk away with from this real-life sprints method? It's really about totally reframing what productivity and progress even mean. It's really a tale of two approaches, isn't it? On one side, you have the old way, treating life like this relentless marathon with no finish line, which, let's be honest, always ends in burnout. And on the other side, you have the sprints way, seeing your life as a series of rewarding cycles, intense focus followed by intentional rest. It's sustainable, it's effective, and it's just a more human way to live. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. How might your goals, your energy, and, well, your whole life change if you stopped running that single, endless race and started embracing the powerful, natural rhythm of the sprints?